Raptors president and vice chairman Masai Ujiri helped lead the franchise to the first title back in 2019. And this year, his not-for-profit Giants of Africa, they're celebrating 2 decades of helping empower children across an entire continent. And to help celebrate that milestone, they're hosting a huge festival in Kigali, Rwanda. But we're here to celebrate 20 years of Giants of Africa, and you have to let me nerd out because I found out about the opening ceremonies and the closing concert, who the guests are, performers. Like, this is only heavy hitters. Like, you have the queen of Afrobeats. How fun has it been able to see, who's going to participate in this giant concert that you're going to have?
To have these guys, just the concept of the whole festival, bringing everybody together, celebrating sports, entertainment, culture, food, all those things that, bring us together in many ways and really show how Africa is becoming bigger, better, more vibrant, more educated, more opportunities, more working together. To have Davido, to have Tiwa, to have Diamond Platnumz, to have, it goes on and on and on. I can't even, imagine what it's going to be like, bringing everybody together like that.
Like 30,000 spectators, and I believe from 16 different countries, you're bringing youth in to take this in. How important is it for you, but also to give that opportunity for those 16 different countries to experience each other's different culture? Because it's so different from country to country.
Yeah, because we've hopped from every country that we've been to in the summers and gone and seen these different cultures that we have in Africa, and they're actually completely different everywhere you go. Food is different, how they dress is different, character, people, the environment that they live in, and now for them, these 250 kids, girls and boys, to come see it and spend it with each other, interact with each other every day. I'm sure there are some that don't even speak English, or are from a French-speaking country, and that interaction, it's going to be like a lifetime bond, for them. But on a bigger picture for the world to see, coming together, which I think is very important for us now, to see youth, which is the future of Africa and the future of the world, come together like that. I think it's going to be an incredibly beautiful space.
Having them come together like that, you're empowering, you're building within, also teaching them about climate change and sustainability, like basketball, focal point, but it's so much bigger than that. Can you kind of talk about the programming and specifically including climate change and sustainability?
Yeah, those things are hugely important, and there's an educational component of this that's going to, I think, really affect this youth. Sports is a small part of it. We have to learn leadership, we have to learn sustainability, we have to learn togetherness. There's so many things, we have to learn analytics, we have to learn, I think, a lot of governance stuff in Africa too. This youth need to know because we do have borders in Africa, and that's one of the things we have to bring down. And the more this youth know about those things, it becomes more challenging for them to take it upon themselves to go face some of these issues. So lots of topics to be discussed, lots of speakers, lots of people that are going to come and educate this youth at the festival in Rwanda in August. We're so excited about it.
The countdown is on for this. I'm so excited. Like, this energy, you can just feel it. And you were just in Kigali. What was the energy and environment like as the countdown's getting closer and closer?
Well, the energy that basketball brings generally is just incredible. I was just at Bal, spent a lot of time with, obviously, basketball people. It's something that we need more of, and that's why we wanted to create the festival too, to have these moments on the continent where we start believing that we can do it, ourselves. So that's a basketball league that we've been building for years, and with the help of Adam Silver and the league and even Larry Tannenbaum, this is beginning to rise a little bit. So those little moments and that celebration and the competition, of it, and then knowing that we can do it in Africa, actually knowing that, because Africa's biggest resource is its people. Yeah, and it doesn't have to, it's not only in sports. You see it with the likes of Melody or Davido or Tiwa or any of them. Diamond Platinums is huge now, and you can go into every sector and see how much talent there is on that continent, and we're going to celebrate it to the highest, encourage, give more opportunity, and give it a wide scope.
The last thing I'll ask you, because I know you're the busiest human alive, is what do you remember about your first Giants of Africa camp 20 years ago?
I think the biggest one that I remember was the jerseys that we got for the kids. When my general manager at the time, Kiki Vanderway, told our equipment manager to go make the cheapest jerseys that we could possibly get, because we were trying to fit in the cost. I remember a lot of the players putting a bin in the middle of the locker room and throwing shoes in there that we took back to the camp. And then in the camp itself, I remember this kid driving 14 hours in a bus coming to the camp, only to come to the camp, a session late, and was not chosen. We ended up finding shoes, finding a jersey and a shirt for him, and he ended up joining camp, and he ended up being chosen to go to Basketball Without Borders. He got chosen to come to prep school in the States. He ended up going to Seton Hall University and playing professional overseas, and he was a few minutes away from not making the camp. We had actually, I think, had to reject so many kids because we only have this amount of space. So unbelievable memories of that first camp. I can go on for hours, by the look in their eyes, with these kids, and to know that there are more kids and more kids that are going to come after them. There's still a lot of work to be done, and we're excited about this.
The inaugural Giants of Africa Festival will take place over 8 days from August 13th to 19th. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to goafestival.org. For City News, I'm Lindsay Dunn.